you and your wife are thriving right now.
How do you like your family change? How do you like where you're at now?
I think we're having different experiences based on what I saw in your, because I feel like you and your wife are thriving right now. I am constantly overwhelmed by how much time we're together. I'm like, it's just you again, huh? I go, you're my only person. I only get one person, and it's just you for everything. Like, I watch TV with you, I sleep with you, I snore with you, I watch you shit, I watch you shower, I make you food, you sweat, you fucking do everything. What the fuck? I was like, can I get one more person in my life? I used to have 4, and now I got fucking you.
That would be so funny if you just show up with an 8-year-old boy.
Yeah. Just want to break up the time.
I'd like you to meet Kyle. He's going to be living with us for a while.
Just need someone else to talk to. I need a rodeo clown.
She starts talking to you. You're like, go ask Kyle. I don't know. Ask Kyle.
The girls have called. Isla, the funniest phone call I got was Isla called. What's crazy is the relationship we're having with our girls is better than when they were here. I think Isla is truly thriving.
Yeah.
Georgia has been thriving, but really, me and Georgia had a tested relationship at best when she was living here.
Yeah.
I was driving her nuts. She was driving me nuts. We're just too similar.
Yeah.
When she left, we got so fucking close. But the best was like, probably Isla's at school like 2 weeks. And she calls up and she goes, how you doing? I said, good. She goes, how's mom? I go, she's good. She goes, you're getting all her words, huh? I said, I am. And she goes, she used to break them up between the two of us. I get half, you get half. Now you just get all of them? I said, yeah. She goes, getting fire hosed, huh?
You're getting all the words. It really is true. All the words.
All the words.
All the words. I think, our wives talk pretty much the same amount.
Yeah.
Which is a lot.
And you're like, and then we just did a podcast and I started falling asleep in it. She was like, are you done? I was like, I don't know. Don't I already talk to you enough? Like, do you want to start texting each other too?
Yeah. When Cynthia walks the dogs, sometimes we go together. A lot of times she goes on her own, and she puts in her AirPods, and I know she's going to talk to her sister in the loop.
Yeah,
and it's like, all right, okay. We're not only running out the dog's energy, but she'll get to talk her first round of ideas out, and then come in.
She can open mic them and then come in with the A stuff.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's because you have a long day. I can't download right away. Like, I need to digest it. When the day's over, I need to even when I come home from a spot, she's always so sweet of like, how'd it go? Did you see anybody that I know? Wants to know all this stuff. I'll tell you tomorrow.
Yeah,
but I just did it. You know what I mean? I just want to sit here and not do anything or say anything. But it's very verbal, so she just wants to download and talk it all through. Yeah.
We have Georgia has a cat and Isla has a cat, and they both live in their respective rooms. And we let them out at different times. The cats don't get along, so we have 2 cats who don't get along, and the one in Georgia's room was always an outdoor cat, and once we brought it in, it was like, oh, I don't ever want to go out of this room now. Like, it won't leave the room. We can't get it to leave the fucking room.
Really?
Oh, it is like...
You're going to eat and stuff?
It eats everything. This animal used to hunt rats and birds, and it was an outdoor fucking cat.
Yeah.
The second we brought it in, it was like, oh, I've been an indoor cat my whole life. I just didn't know it. It was a closeted indoor cat.
I'm taking a year off from the road.
Yeah.
I'll go to Vegas once in a while, but I need some time.
I got a Super Bowl show, but apart from that. So we LeeAnn at times will go, and LeeAnn's a really big animal person. She'll go, I feel bad for the cats. So once a week, she'll sleep with one of the cats. If not twice a week, she'll sleep with one of the cats. And I love it so much. I love sleeping by myself. I turn on a podcast at a volume I'm comfortable with, where I don't have to crane my neck to listen. Last night I listened to a podcast about Marie Curie. Marie Curie. She was Polish. I didn't know that. But I listened to it 3 times.
Really?
When it's over, I start it again, and I fall back asleep, and then I wake up when it's over because I hear silence, and I start it again, and I played it loud, and then I was listening to the Stockholm witch trials. Like, I just love it. And then I wake up, and I reach over, and I swing my arm over, I go, yeah, I'm not hitting anyone in the head. I can do whatever the fuck I want in there. I feel like a king. Pillows everywhere. Pillows like it's a fucking harem. I have pillows like fucking sultans have whores. And
wait, why did she leave the room?
She wanted to sleep with one of the cats, and I was like,
she just wanted to be with the cats.
And I love it. I do this thing. I go, oh, for real? She was like, I feel bad, and I was like, you are such a good mom. You kill me.
We've been. My wife said to me this morning, I guess we don't sleep with each other anymore, and because we start off the night most of the time, and then she's been snoring a lot, and it's like a freight train. And I'm just like, same thing. I'll like go off. Or sometimes I'll come in, she'll just be fidgety and thinking and not be able to sleep. And I have to tell you, when, you just want to sleep and having, it's hard to sleep as one person. And then having another.
Stupid that we sleep with other people.
Having another fidgety person next to you, it's impossper both ways. There's no shade.
It's crazy.
On her
it's
at
almost
all.
like underwear. Who came up with it? We don't need
it. No, when I hear the rumble on her end table, and then I hear the cord come out of her phone, the power cord, and just hear that little drop of the wire to the floor, just tick. I get so happy because I'm like, the battle's over. The battle's over. She's gonna sleep. I'm gonna sleep. She's making the move. I just And again, I'm not throwing shit. This is just purely 2 human beings in their 50s, trying to get some sleep.
Trying to get sleep is so
it's
important.
Impossible. We're in a big ass bed.
LeBron James pays $1.5 million a year for sleep. I'm sitting next to a woman who's getting it for free and fucking mine up.
You want to hear something funny? Last night, she's snoring, right? And if I'm really wiped out and tired, I won't hear it.
Yeah.
But if I'm like, just it's going to take a beat, there's no way. So I get in bed. She starts the freight train, and it's going. This is kind of a messed up thing. When the dogs, we have a big black lab that sleeps on the floor. This is 24 years of marriage. When you have your eyes shut and you don't know if that noise is coming from your wife or the lab. It was coming from her. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to sneak off and I'll go to the guest room. I get to the guest room. I get into bed. There's an owl.
Are you serious?
In a tree outside of the room. The same thing as my wife. The same rhythm. There's no escape. I was up till 2:33 in the morning.
Dude, the best sleep I have is in that tour bus.
Yeah.
I went in the other day.
Really?
And I slept for 1 hour.
You mean while it's parked just here at the house?
I've gotten in trouble for suggesting maybe I should sleep in the tour bus tonight.
Really?
We got into fights, like where I'll be like, just drop me off I'm going to go into the tour bus. I'll sleep there. And she'd be like, what? You don't want to sleep with me? What's crazy is like I snore really bad. So LeeAnn a lot of times will leave the room because I'm snoring. It's wild because I don't notice it. I don't, like Tommy had a great joke that I don't think he ever used, but he was like, I forget the premise, but he was like basically calling shit on Christina saying that he snored. And he was like, I've never heard it. And he was like, you're gonna yell at me for something I do unconsciously? Like you're gonna well, that's crazy. Like that I'm just like it was a great little run that he was talking about. But LeeAnn, if LeeAnn does this thing, she doesn't snore. She goes like this. And that will keep me up. And I'll be like, God damn it. And when I snore, it's like I throw up in my throat. I breathe it into my lungs.
And she can stay with you?
I throw up in my throat, breathe it in my lungs, and then go. I mean, it was so bad. People on the bus were worried about me. They were like, you need help. And so, but I sleep so
Can
good.
she ride that out?
No.
Next to you when you're like that?
No.
She's got to leave.
She has to leave.
Yeah.
And more power to her.
Yeah.
You can't have a good time in bad boots. That's why you need Tecovas. Dude, Tecovas crafts quality Western boots for everyone, from generational ranchers to lifelong cowboys to first-time boot buyers. I'm not a first-time boot buyer, but I will tell you, I've been having problems with boots. I'm going to go back to the script and tell you more about the brand. They're amazing, born in Texas in 2015, and they make it easy for anyone to find their perfect boot. I went on a website, and it was literally... I mean, I felt like it was Christmas, and I ended up getting 3 pairs of boots. This is the hot one, though. And I like this because a lot of my jeans don't have the boot cut, and a normal boot goes higher, and I like that it's a zipper right here. And I think these are crocodile. These are badass, though. And I'm wearing them to the Predators game tonight. Whether it's a long day or a big night, your Tecovas are built to last, built to impress. They are handcrafted with over 200 meticulous steps for broken in comfort right out of the box. They feel phenomenal, and they're size true. I got the exact size I am, and they fit perfect. My heel doesn't slip. They smell incredible. And dude, look at this. Even Tom Segura would be tall in these. That's crazy. You feel like a man when you put boots on. It makes you feel like what a woman must feel like when she gets matching lingerie. You put on boots and you're like, dude, I'm ready to go. Right now, get 10% off at tecovas.com/Bert when you sign up for email and text. That's 10% off at tecovas.com/Bert. Tecovas.com/Bert. See site for details. Tecovas. Point your toes west. This podcast is brought to you by Lucy Goods. I met the dudes who own Lucy at the Beer Olympics last year. First of all, 2 jacked individuals. They're in great shape. But I will say, impressive. If you're like me, and every now and then you like a treat, Lucy is a go-to. I'm telling you, you pop one in. I think you think faster. I think it makes good times better. I haven't not used one on stage ever since I've been using them. They're so discreet. I take them on the airplane with me, have a cocktail, pop one in. No one can really even tell. And I'm taken care of. I'm telling you right now, if you ever feel like you want to treat a little something extra, Lucy is where you need to go. Here's what you got to do. Visit lucy.co/Bertcast and use promo code Bertcast to get 20% off your first order. This is a no-brainer. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning. This product does contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Do your parents sleep together?
Yeah, they do. And
Still
do? I think it's a habit thing because like I know people in my life, like sisters are like, they're in like a full-size bed. Like 2 people, 2 grown human beings in like queen or smaller, like a full size, like, and they can do it. They're both in there sweating and snoring, and they stay in there. And I'm like, do I not love my wife?
Dude, we fight so aggressively over the air conditioning. So aggressively. And I like it at 66.
Yeah, it's nice.
And if it's at 66, she will turn it down to 72. She goes, 67 I can deal with. But it gets so fucking cold. You could literally hang meat in our fucking bedroom. It is so cold in our bedroom.
But you like that?
I love it.
Yeah. Dude, that's better for you, they say. You sleep better that way.
I'm thinking about getting a hyperbaric chamber.
To sleep in?
Yeah.
Why, you can make them cool?
Ice cold, fill it with oxygen. They take you down like 4 fathoms. Your blood gets thinner. Everything gets oxygenated. I just watched LeBron on Starting 5, sleeps in a fucking hyperbaric chamber every day for like an hour.
Really?
Dude, you know Rogan did it for like 40 days straight.
Really?
He did it 40 days straight. He went to a hyperbaric chamber. Everyone, I'm telling you, I don't know. Hey, Google, see how much a hyperbaric chamber costs.
I just got a sauna.
Oh.
It's changed my life.
I feel like LeeAnn's not listening, so I'm comfortable sharing this. But like LeeAnn said to me, she goes, they're saying that saunas are good for you. I was like, honey, we've had a sauna for fucking 5 years.
You have one?
What did you think I was doing in there? She's like, I don't know. I knew you liked it. I didn't know it was good for you. I was like, what did you think I got it? Just I like to sweat? I like tasting my own sweat?
I feel so.
Oh my God, they're $45,000.
Oh boy.
$10,000.
One's 10.
$27,000. See, those are the legit ones.
That $45,000 one looks really nice though.
It does.
It looks like something we go to 2001 Space Odyssey with.
I liked it. So then LeBron's got the bag. Type in hyperbaric chamber bag.
Oh boy.
And that
sounds like death.
Those are like $1,500, but they don't go that deep. They don't take you that deep. You need the steel one. That's it. $350. That probably is not that great.
I feel like we should be looking up where we can just go lay in someone else's.
So there's one on Ventura.
There is?
There's one on Ventura that you can go do. The problem is
other people.
You're in your
duty water.
No, there's one right by Erewhon, but they don't get you low. Like you need to go like fucking deep.
Is it the cold?
No, it's just.
What do you mean low?
It pressurizes you, so like it's like going down in the submersible down to the Titanic. So it compresses you, and then it pumps oxygen in, and because
the submersible ended well.
So if you're at,
I'm paying someone for this.
Ding. Dude, holy shit, that just scared the fuck out of me. What if that thing just implodes and just goes? Oh,
yeah.
No, so LeBron's got like the bag.
What if your dad makes you go in it for Father's Day?
Well, wait, the bag ones are safer, but they don't go super deep. You can't get you super deep. They've got one.
But you're telling me that it's the pressure is the thing that's.
Can you Google the
satisfying?
Type in benefits of hyperbaric chambers.
I thought it was just because you're floating, and you're just in darkness.
Oh no, that's the float labs. Those are deprivation tanks.
Oh.
Hyperbaric chambers encourages the body's oxygen radical scavengers to seek out the problem molecule and let them heal. They help block out the action of harmful bacteria and strengthen the body's immune system, can disable the toxins of a certain bacteria and also increase oxygen into the tissues. So Gabby Reese was the first person to ever tell me about one. When I got surgery, she goes, yo, you need to get a hyperbaric chamber. It'll help heal your arm quicker.
Right.
Rogan, I don't know, Joe's like 5 steps ahead of everything for anything health.
Yeah. He's doing it on the moon right now.
Dude, he is, I swear to God, if you are friends with Joe and you're not listening to the shit he says, because he's, we've known him for a very long time. He's a fucking lunatic. Like some of the shit he does, you're like, I'm probably not going to eat elk heart.
Yeah.
I'm not going to learn how to hunt my own fucking animals.
He's been talking about saunas for like 8 years.
For 8 years.
I finally gave in like 2 months ago. I'm like, hey, he's onto something.
Dude, I'm going to try a polar plunge next. Dude, he got me in with these people called Ways to Well? Ways to Well. I'll tell you, when I met them, I was 285 pounds. They do blood work. I remember being like, I think I was with Joe when they drew blood. And I was super nervous. So I was like, yo, I party pretty hard. Like,
yeah,
I don't want you to see this. And then they were like, listen, we're not your parents.
Right.
We're here to help your lifestyle be healthier.
Right.
And I was like, okay. They drew blood. They took all my biomarkers and they told me where I was at. And like, we're going to draw blood twice a year.
Yeah.
And I would usually get blood drawn at my cardiologist visit and have him send it to them. I have been on a trajectory of healthier longevity. Like my liver enzymes are the number one thing I look at. They went from, the very first time, 285 pounds on the road, nonstop, flying into Austin to do podcasts and then flying back out, elevated to fucking normal. And they've said they've trended down, and it's all because they're taking a look at what you're doing. They're filling you up with like testosterone is so big to repair your liver and just to repair any muscle, any part of your tissues in your body, and they just keep your levels just keep you at a good level.
What do you mean they keep it at?
So
by doing what for you?
So like they check everything. Like
But then what do they do for you?
They give you supplements. They give you pills like vitamins. At the time, I don't know if they can do it anymore, but they gave us this thing called BPC 156, which was for anti-inflammatory. They check all your organs and make sure all your organs are functioning properly. And if you have inflammation in those organs, then that can be damaging to the organ. And so their whole goal is to make sure all your organs are operating at a great level. Dude, I just got blood work yesterday. And trust me when I say, I've been healthy this year, but I was on a tear from fucking fully loaded until I got blood work. And my biomarkers are all still very healthy because of all the protocols they've set up in place.
Right.
I'm being serious when I say this. I feel such a difference in just how alive I feel.
Now let me ask you this, because I was just asking my other buddy this. When you wake up in the morning, when you're a kid, you wake up and you're like, "Whoa, all right, let's go."
Yeah.
And now I wake up and it's like, "Oh, all right,
Yeah,
here we go." How are you waking up?
I wake up pretty fucking awesome.
You do?
Yeah. Well,
like a youthful you?
I gotta be 100% transparent.
I'm on cocaine.
I wasn't. Yeah. If I'm partying, I wake up depressed. Like I get angry at myself.
Sure.
And I go, "You're not living your life right.
Mm-hmm.
What are you fucking doing? You got to get in the gym." Very punitive.
Yeah.
But I haven't been drinking for a while. So, although I did drink yesterday, but I had a martini at lunch.
Ooh, nice.
That's old school drink.
Classy. See?
Yeah.
Tuxedo. Rumpled tie.
Fuck, I'm telling you. And I made it loud. I was like, there was a bunch of agents and managers and fucking execs all in this fucking restaurant. And I was like, I said hi to like 9 people. And then I was like, this is fucking awesome. And I was loud. I was like, can I get can this be old school Hollywood when we all get martinis? And someone from across was like, absolutely. And I was like, I'll take a martini. And LeeAnn goes, I want a white wine. I was like, that's what we're fucking doing.
Yeah, nice.
And, but
old school.
If I wake up lately, if I'm not drinking, oh my God, I wake up like a fucking goddamn superhero.
Really?
I wake up feeling amazing. My sleep scores are wildly positive. Like I sleep 98% all the time. My heart rate is in the low 50s every night when I sleep. And I can really pump that up. Like I take magnesium before I go to bed.
You do.
I put a sleep thing across my nose sometimes. I'll do nasal spray, like the Flonase.
Yeah.
So that I don't try not to snore. Snoring is the thing that keeps me up. But if I'm not drinking, I wake up feeling amazing. I work out. I work out like I've never felt more alive. Like doing stuff. And I'm probably the strongest I've ever been.
Nice.
I'm by far the healthiest I've ever been.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But it's like if you're not listening to Joe, like I've been doing sauna and polar plunge for, I don't know, probably like definitely before 2020. So probably 5 years, 6 years.
Do you plunge every day?
Not every day.
Yeah.
Someone, I think it was Huberman, said that I think it was Huberman, was like, you got to take breaks from it because what you do is you build up a resistance. So it's almost like, it's like smoking weed. If you smoke weed every day, you just stop feeling it. You're just like, I feel normal.
Yeah.
And then when you don't smoke for a week, you're like, oh, I got high. That's fun.
We got to find out what Joe's doing now.
Oh.
Like like if we've all caught up to saunas and plunging and your blood, like what secrets does he have now?
I'll tell you the one he's obsessed with is statins. Yeah. He's very, very much. I don't want to say every conversation we have, it's regarding statins.
About taking them or not taking them?
Are you on blood pressure medicine or statins?
I'm not on blood pressure, but I do take a statin.
I take a torvastatin, like 20 milligrams.
Yeah.
And
mine's 40.
Really? Maybe mine's 40 then.
I feel like it gives me a headache.
Oh, really? Do you take it at night?
Yeah. You're supposed to take it at night because that's when your body creates cholesterol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I've had a cardiologist now for probably 10 years, 12 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they good?
Yeah, everything's fine. But I think that's how I'm going to die, is a stroke or a heart attack.
Yeah, me too.
I can't wait. It's crazy because I don't feel old. But do you remember your dad at your age? Didn't he feel old to you?
Yeah. My parents are pretty young, though. They have like a young...
How old are they right now?
78.
Okay, my dad's 78.
Yeah.
Your parents had you young.
Yeah.
My parents had me young. They were in their 20s.
Yeah, they were just like 20.
Yeah.
And they're both, they're both pretty healthy. That was always the thing. Like, all the other kids were always like, your parents are young, or they look young, or like they do have good genes. They are like young. But it took my mom 20 minutes to say kombucha the other day. Tom, have you ever had this buchi? The what? The kombucha? I don't know. Say it again. Stop it. You're going to put this in your act. No, I'm not. I'm going to say it on a podcast. What did you call it? Kombucha banji bougie? 20 minutes.
We just got my parents working out. Like my dad, the last time I was there, my dad's like, "You're in great shape, buddy." And I said, "Listen, if you're not working out, you're dying. Like you just got to be lifting. You got to be doing stuff." And I told my dad, I had a trainer with me at the time. I was traveling with a trainer, and he told my dad, "This is very simple. Just do this." So my dad has been working out like 40 days in a row, 60 days in a row now. He's been working out since July.
Yeah.
So he tracks it. He works out every day.
Nice.
So the hurricane comes down to Tampa. And I said, "Hey, I'm going to come down and be with you guys." And he's like, "Buddy, we're fine." And I was like, "Dad, you're not fine." He goes, this is how delusional they are. Yeah. I go, "No, you're not fine." He goes, "Buddy, I've been working out." And I said, "Hey, didn't Mom fall down the other day and you just gave her a pillow and a blanket and told her to sleep it off?" She fell on the ground and he couldn't get her off the ground.
So he just put a blanket over her.
Put a blanket over and a pillow, and he goes, "We'll figure this out in the morning." They're on a fucking cruise right now in Boston. My mom gets horrifically seasick, and they are drunk as fuck. They just called me. They're fucking hammered.
Nice.
And he goes, "The seas shouldn't be bad. We're leaving out of Boston." I was like, it's like the worst, notably. That's like where the Titanic went down.
That's the perfect storm.
That's where the perfect storm was.
I love how a storm is coming across the Gulf, and your dad's like, "I've been working out. So I got this."
The two of them, my sisters will watch my parents on their Nest cams. They'll watch them as a reality show.
Hilarious.
They'll call and go, "Yo, you got to turn on the Nest cam. Mom and Dad are trying to figure out the pool lights."
Oh no.
I mean, during the hurricane, they had a generator, and my dad goes, "We're going to use it sparingly." And my mom's like, "Yeah, just the pool lights and the outdoor lights." Because she wanted to see the weather.
Right.
So she turned all they were pitch black in their house.
Nice.
But all the fucking, every light on the outside was on. And she goes, "We can't, they're on a timer. We can't turn them off." I was like, "Yeah, you guys are fine."
I have a cool story for you with old people. This is, Charlene from my radio show?
Yeah.
Her mom she lives outside of Atlanta, and she goes out into her backyard. She's 78. She goes into her backyard and gets stung by a bee, and then another bee. And then within seconds, thousands of bees come out of 3 nests under the ground and swarm her. Bees release a pheromone that says our nest is under attack, and they all go to work. This poor woman, 78 years old, just gets attacked. Thousands of bees just stinging the shit out of her.
Oh my God.
She passes out under attack, falls on the ground. Her Apple Watch senses the impact, and the Apple Watch says, "Do you want us to call 911? If you don't say no, they just contact 911. Emergency vehicles showed up at the GPS of her location, found her in the yard, and saved her life.
Holy shit.
When they got to the hospital, they were scooping bees out of her mouth. She was in the hospital for like 3 days. But without that Apple Watch, lights out.
Holy
I know.
shit.
I told my wife I'm getting you an Apple Watch because I'm not that old. I'm like, I feel like I'm going to fall every day. This isn't an age thing.
Holy shit.
Is that a crazy story?
How bad were the bee stings?
Bad.
You saw pictures?
No. Just Charlene went and spent all the time with her and just welts. I mean, in her ears, in her eyes, in her throat, everywhere. Just 3 massive underground.
When was the last time you got stung by a bee?
Probably about 10 years ago.
It's surprisingly painful.
Yeah, it was stepped on it in the grass.
Oh.
Yeah.
What? That is like the suicide bomber of bees. Just sitting in the grass going like, I'll fucking give it all.
Were you ever allergic? I was allergic as a kid. I got stung again on the foot at a barbecue at my house with my parents. I was like 5. My father, I'm screaming and crying, and he brought me into the bathroom and sat me on the counter, put my foot, soaked my foot in the sink, and he goes to leave. He comes back into the room like 10 minutes later to see how I'm doing, and his eyes just pop out of his head. He's like, holy shit. Just grabs me and takes me to the emergency room. He said, I was just a balloon boy. I was just swelling up, and that's the reaction, and then your throat will swell up. You won't be able to breathe. and he whisked me to the emergency room. So I had to keep a little kit. But when I got stung in high school playing football, I was just like, do I have to go to the emergency room? And nothing happened. So I think I just outgrew it.
As a kid, I loved eating cereal, but as an adult, I honestly didn't want all the sugar, and none of those cereals are like a healthy breakfast, I thought. Never got all the protein that I needed, and I need a crap load of protein. Then, boom, I found Magic Spoon, a nostalgically delicious cereal that tastes just like my childhood favorites, but without the sugar and with tons of protein. Every serving of Magic Spoon cereal has 13 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar, and 4 grams of net carbs, so you can feel good about what you're eating. Most popular flavors they have are fruity and coca, but there are so many more. I'm telling you, man, this reminds me of my childhood. Magic Spoon's brand new treats are crispy, crunchy, airy, and easy to get 12 grams of protein on the go. Dude, I just had one the other day. They are freaking delicious. And for the first time ever, Magic Spoon treats are available in grocery stores with delicious flavors like marshmallow and my personal favorite, chocolatey peanut butter. Dude, you know I've been keto for over a year, on and off. You know, I had a cheap pizza once in a while, but I'm pretty strict about it. I just got my blood work back. I'm just saying this because keto has kept me healthy. It's kept my inflammation down. It's kept all my biomarkers and I'm telling you, I don't get to skimp because I get Magic Spoon. I love a good bowl of cereal, and it tastes, I'm telling you, identical. It's just like the cereals we had when we were kids. Get $5 off your next order at magicspoon.com/Bert, or look for Magic Spoon on Amazon or in your nearest grocery store. That's magicspoon.com/Bert for $5 off. Magic Spoon. Hold on to the dream. Support for today's episode comes from True Nutrition. It's no secret that many health supplements contain fillers and even harmful chemicals. That's why I'm so excited to talk about True Nutrition, a company founded on relentlessly sourcing the highest quality ingredients, third-party tests those ingredients, and then first-party test them on site to further ensure purity. This means what's in the package is exactly what it says is on the package. Unlike most supplement brands that focus on marketing a product that's manufactured elsewhere, True Nutrition manufactures its own products while marketing takes a back seat. Whoa, that is a novel concept these days. Holy crap. True Nutrition was formed to provide protein powders and supplements with absolutely no fillers, no additives, no gluten, and the most importantly, no BS. True Nutrition knows it can be incredibly difficult to find the right protein powder to match your body and your fitness goals. That's why they let you create your own fully custom protein powder mix with the exact ingredients you want based on your activity, your taste, your diet, and your goals. What's more, they can even see your nutrition facts in real time so you can create your mix. This is truly sports nutrition designed by you. I had so much fun designing mine. I kind of geeked out on it and went crazy, dude, and I love it. It tastes phenomenal. For a limited time, our listeners get 15% off your entire order when you use code Bertcast at checkout. That's 15% off your order at truenutrition.com with promo code Bertcast. Take the guesswork out of nutrition with True Nutrition. I got stung on the face one time by a bee in front of my dad. And I've never seen him laugh harder. He was taking me to the airport. We were at his house in Tampa, and I was packing up the car so that he could get in the car to take me to the airport. Yeah. And I'm already afraid of flying, and he knows that. And I'm stressing out. And as I'm walking out, he's walking the opposite back into the house. I'm walking bags out to the house, and a bee just flies right here and stings me. And I start slapping my face, and my dad doubles over laughing, and he starts going, "Oh God, you got stung by a bee! You got stung by a bee, and you're so scared to fly. You're gonna have a big welt on your face. This is the worst day of your life." He was losing his mind.
They find such joy in that.
Oh, he loved it.
The hardest I ever made my dad laugh as a kid, and I was working it. You know, I was trying to be funny forever. I was always trying to make people laugh, you know, and I would get maybe a little chuckle or a smile.
Yeah.
The time I really made him laugh was I came in for dinner and I poured myself a glass of milk and I sat down at the table and I went to drink it, and it was so sour that it had chunks in it. And I was and spit it out. He laughed for like 2 hours straight. I'm just spitting chunks of solid milk out. He was dying.
I pissed on my girlfriend's dining room table.
Of course you did.
Right after college, and I went to her. It was her parents' house. I went to their house, and I was going to spend the weekend there. And like Friday night, I pissed on their table. Woke up Saturday morning, and it was so uncomfortable that I had to drive home.
Wait. Can you go back a little?
Yeah.
You pissed on the table. How?
We got hammered.
Okay.
So
you thought you were in the bathroom?
They had just moved into this house, and so they had a big dinner. I want to say, in my memory, it was like Thanksgiving, but I don't remember really. I feel like it's got to be around summer. Danny, I wish I could remember Danny's name. Danny was there.
Danny's always there.
Danny dated Casey. I dated Kristen, and her little brother was there. And then we had a big dinner with her family at the new house, and we started drinking. Me and this guy Danny started drinking. And then we all went out in Orlando and we got pretty fucking lit. And then we came back, Danny and I had a joint, and we went out to their dock. And I remember I ate the joint, and Danny was like, where'd it go? And I was like, I ate it. We got stuck in their pantry because it was a pocket door and we couldn't find the handle. And we couldn't stop laughing at the idea that we were stuck in here for a while, but we were going to be fine because we had a lot of food. And then the next morning I woke up, she woke me up and she goes, hey, did you piss on our dining room table? And I was like, absolutely not. I go, I'm 25. I'm not pissing on fucking tables. She was like, that's what I told my dad. My dad said he woke you up in the middle of the night that you were pissing and sleeping on the dining room table. And I was like, what? I was like, no, your dad's always had it out for me. He didn't like me. Trust me, I didn't piss on the dining room table.
I'm 25. I just eat joints.
Yeah. I was like, no. I was like, fucking ask Danny. We were fine last night. And then I laid back down and she left the room and I went, wait, before you leave, I go, did your dad wear tighty whities? She goes, he did. I said, I think I did piss on your table.
And he walked out and caught you.
And I had I go, last night I had a dream that I was talking to your dad. And he was standing in the lake, kind of. And I was sleeping and he was waking me up. And what had happened is I came out in the middle of the night and I started pissing on their dining room table. He woke up. He was like, Bert, what the fuck you doing? And I said, I'm fine. And then I David Blained the tablecloth and I laid down in my piss and went back to sleep. And he was like, what the fuck? And then he got me back into bed and then he woke her up and he's like, Bert just pissed on the dining room table. And she was like, no, he must have had a glass of water. He spilled a glass of water. I was totally pissed. And so I go wake up the next morning. Danny's at breakfast. Her brother's at breakfast. Casey's at breakfast. Kristen's at breakfast. And her dad's filling the boat with gas. Her mom's making breakfast. And I sit down for breakfast and Danny goes, how'd you sleep last night? I said, I'm going home. And so I got in the car from Orlando, drove back to Tampa. And
the father's on the dock. Where you going, Bert? I want to take you for a ride. Bert, come back.
This is before cell phones. So I pulled over to Chevron and I filled my car up with gas and I get on the payphone and I say, hey, Mom, I'm on my way home. She goes, what happened? And I said, it's a long story, but I'll tell you when I get home. She goes, honey, what's going on? Is there anything wrong? And I went, no. I said, Mom, don't tell Dad. I pissed on the dining room table. And she goes, what? And I go, yeah, so I'm coming home. She goes, okay. So I go home. We had a place, when you walked in our old house, you walked in through the garage, and then right to the left was where you kept all the keys. We had a hook where everyone's keys went. Yeah. My dad was in the kitchen, and I walked in, and we met right at the keys. And I hung my keys up. He goes, what are you doing home? I said, it's a long story. He goes, your mom said something happened. What happened? I said, well, I got pretty drunk last night, and I pissed on the dining room table. And I thought my dad had a stroke. He went, and he just doubled over. I said, are you okay? And he goes, who told you? I said, Mr. walked in on me pissing. He goes, he was doubled over. I thought he was dying. And I said, are you okay? Are you mad at me? And he goes, keep going. What happened? I said, then I laid in the piss. He goes, you laid in the piss. I thought I killed him. I've never seen him laugh that hard in my fucking life. And I was just sitting and he goes, start from the beginning, start it over, do it again. My dad's laugh. The only time I've ever made I did this in a special one time.
Yeah.
One Christmas, I bought LeeAnn wanted pajamas. This is a bit, but this is probably the second hardest my dad's ever laughed. I was in DC Improv. Remember the DC Improv?
Yeah.
Right next door was a Gap. I was there weekend before Christmas.
Yeah.
Call LeeAnn. I said, hey, what do you want for Christmas? She goes, pajamas. I was cool. So I go over to the Gap. I get 7 pairs of pajamas, one for each day. I individually wrap them. They wrap them at the Gap. I go, dude, killed it. Bitch wants pajamas. Bitch got pajamas. I bring them home. I then fan them out under the table going, I killed it. All Christmas. I'm like, babe, open my gift. And she's like, I'm working with the girls. My dad's like, buddy, you must have killed it this year. I was like, you'll see. She finally gets to my gift. The whole family's around. I've been talking about this gift the whole time. She opens the first pair and she just goes, pajamas. And immediately I go, ooh. That's her reaction to number one. I can't imagine it's going to get better.
Yeah.
And my dad just very casually goes, who the fuck buys someone pajamas for Christmas? I was like, oh God. She opens the second pair and she goes, wait, more pajamas. And my dad leans forward and he looks at the 5 wrapped gifts. He goes, oh, you're a fucking idiot. And he goes, you got her all pajamas. I was like, Dad, shut up. And as she was opening them, he was just, it's pajamas. It's pajamas. It's pajamas. Open the next one. I bet it's pajamas. So that, right, everyone's dying laughing. What they didn't know was I had also bought my mom and my sisters each 7 pairs of pajamas. So my sister Connie opens hers and he goes, shut the fuck up. Dude, we have video of him the next Christmas, my wife's father's girlfriend sent us all pajamas. And my dad lost I have it on our iPad somewhere of him going, like when he laughs, you think he's having a stroke. It's the greatest laugh in the fucking world.
Hilarious.
God. Speaking of,
they like you. Fathers, but I don't. I think maybe it's a son thing because if my daughters they make me laugh in lots of different ways, but it's never in them getting hurt or messing up. But fathers to sons, it just brings joy to their hearts.
Dude, the hardest George and I have ever laughed at Isla. The hardest, not to bring this full circle. We took a hike at Fryman. You know, it's really called Willacre, by the way.
Oh yeah,
I've just found that out recently. It's called Willacre Park, but it's on Fryman Canyon Road, so everyone calls it Fryman. Yeah. This is. I wish I could do this as a bit on stage because it's. To this day, it's the hardest George and I laugh. So Isla has a terrible fear of bees, like a wild fear of bees. Ooh. She couldn't play outfield for a while because all she did in the outfield was just look for bees. Like when she played softball, she would just look for bees. And if they hit a ball where she thought there might have bee, she'd be like, oh, I'm going to let it go. So we take a hike. It's me, Georgia, Isla, and our friends Tom and his 2 daughters, Kylie and Lily. And we take a hike up Fryman. Yeah. And Isla's goofy as shit. She does this. She's such a weird fucking kid. If a gay guy would walk by, you would hear her go, because she loves the smell of gay men. She would sniff everyone that walked past her. She just, he's gay, Dad. And you're like, yeah? And you're like, it smells like vanilla. No man smells like vanilla. She was such a weird individual. Yeah. Her favorite thing to do would be to hold on to you as you hiked and drag you down. Like to put an arm on you and go, ugh. So she's getting loose. She's getting goofy. And we're getting, when you get up to the top, you do your first corner, your first turn where you're about to zigzag up to the top. And it looks weird. It looks like almost all of a sudden very overcast. Yeah. And 2 dudes in front of us start dancing like, and we're really confused. And Isla turns her back to them and looks at me and she goes, they must be French. And I said, what? She goes, Dad, look at the way they're dancing. And she goes, and she's walking towards them. And what she doesn't realize is that they have walked into a swarm of bees. She has the biggest fear in the world of bees, and she's mocking them, walking backwards, going, and then all of a sudden she goes, "Oh my God!" And Georgia falls to the ground and goes, "Dad, it's bees." And I went, "What?" She goes, "It's her worst nightmare." And Isla starts doing the same thing the guys were doing, like, get the fuck off me, right? They're not dancing, they're going, "Get the fuck off me." Isla fucking sprints down the goddamn mountain, yelling to everyone, "Back to your cars! They're bees!" Georgia, to this day, we laughed so fucking hard. And then Georgia would just, out of the blue, go, "It was bees, Dad. It was bees." You've told her they're not that day. A swarm of bees. God.
Now, we were sitting in a lounge in Canada, coming back from the festival, I think.
Yeah.
And we were talking about what was on the horizon of our kids all taking off.
Yeah.
And I left thinking, the way you said in the beginning, that you thought that maybe I'm living my best life.
Yeah.
You and LeeAnn really seemed like, oh, they have a plan. I remember going back and telling Cynthia, like, no, they're like getting ready. Like, they're going to travel together.
Oh.
And they're going to go out to dinners more often, and they're going to go more parties. And like, we got to get our shit together because they're ready to live their best life. Did that not?
Dude, we have seen, I don't know what happened to her, but she was like, "Fuck it. I'm going to make friends." Like, she started like, she would reach out to people and go, "We should do this."
And she's still doing it.
And she does that. We've went and saw Billy Joel. Mm-hmm. We went and saw Goose. We went and saw Red Clay Strays. We went and saw Marcus King. We went and saw, we've seen so many live shows.
So you are doing it.
We're supposed to go to Stavi's premiere tonight. We've been to a bunch of premieres.
Yeah.
Because you always get invites to premieres. I never went because of the girls.
Right.
And then now we get the invites and LeeAnn's like, "You want to go?"
Yeah.
And we're like, "Sure." It really is just a way to see a movie.
Yeah.
Because you go see a fucking great movie and like maybe meet a movie star is kind of cool.
I know. It is very cool.
Yeah. And so we have done so much in just like, and we're also like,
impressive.
We're also really enjoying, like watching TV. Like I never really watched TV.
Yeah.
Like we watched Lost.
Me neither.
We watched Lost. We watched
20 years ago.
Yeah.
I know.
Is it 20 years ago?
Yeah. That was like 20 years ago.
Yeah. Game of Thrones was like a big one for us.
Yeah.
But we
never have time to watch shows.
Never. And dude, have you seen The English?
No.
The wildest show. Have you seen Slow Horses?
Yes.
Dude, Slow
Horses. We're like
Horses.
2 or 3 seasons in on that.
We're watching a season a night.
It takes us a season a night. Cynthia's a teacher, so like she's grading papers and stuff. So, and then if I bust out and do a spot, like it's still we're not in the mode to like see a lot of it.
Yeah.
But man, that Slow Horses, that Gary Oldman is so good.
It's so good.
He's really great.
It's so good. It is just fucking wild. So how long do you think a special needs to be out before people it gets the most amount of traction where you're like ready to go out on the road?
Probably a couple of months.
Couple of months?
Yeah.
So you'll start your full tour in February?
In February, yeah.
Wow.
I still have dates going to the end of the year like you. I don't take off. I'm going to go play some smaller markets and I've got a big chunk that is new that I've been doing for a bit. How
much of a chunk can you take out to milk it to an hour?
With crowd work or without? I have like right now, I have like a half hour of like, that's solid. That's a solid thing. But then you've got another 40 minutes of
fuck aroundy.
Dip into some older stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe some I'll
tell you what I was thinking. Tell me what you think about this, okay? Yeah. What if you went on tour? What if you did 2 nights at a theater, same theater, and you did your first show and you did all best of. Mm-hmm. And then the second show, the next night was all new stuff. Mm-hmm. It's like, you watch like Metallica comes out here and they don't play the same show and they do 4 nights at the SoFi. Now, I'm not saying we're Metallica, but I'm saying, is there a market for bands that play, like I follow Goose, and when Goose does Red Rocks, they don't play the same show twice. So people go to both shows.
Yeah. I don't, it's an interesting question because I do feel like, I'll see people and they'll come up when I'm signing books at the end of the show and they'll say like, "We see you every time you come through." And I'll be like, Do you see a bunch of new stuff from last time? And they kind of glaze over. They're like, we just said we come every time you're here. We love you. We want to we want to see the show. And I think we kind of put a little too much emphasis on I can't repeat her. It's got to be all that new stuff. They just want a great show and they want to see you and they love seeing you work on new stuff. They like seeing a classic. They like, I don't think we have the ability to do all old stuff.
Yeah.
But I do think we put more pressure on us than they put on us.
Dude, well, congratulations on the new hour. I think
thank you.
I think it's gonna be. It comes out. If you're listening to this, it's out right now.
It is.
It's out right now.
It's already out. We're already in the future.
Yeah, we're in the future. God,
do people like it?
I think they love it. I think it's trending number 1.
Wow, that's awesome.
What's on? You know what you want is you want it to let you have a great week because you want Netflix to be big the week you're on.
Right.
What you want is people to be like, yo, have you seen what's the new show? Not One of Us. No one wanted it. No one wants it.
No one wants this.
No one wants this.
Yeah.
No one wants this is fucking huge right now. The Starting 5 is fucking huge right now. All the shit that's going on Netflix right now is so fucking big.
Yeah.
You want to be on Netflix when all that shit's on because they watch that and they go, that was great. Hey, what else do you want to watch?
Right.
And that's when they fucking stumble on you.
All right. That's perfect.
That's because that's the way I've always done it, was like find the week where you don't even, if you can trend at 8 on a big fucking week, you get crazy numbers because everyone's on Netflix.
That's good. I just want people to like it. And, the other part of it is I got to go do Comedy Magic. Oh, God. You know what I mean?
It never
it's
stops.
Yeah, all right. So enjoy that. I had fun with that and people loved it when I was on tour.
On to the next thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the crazy part is it really is it is like a train track of just going in a circle of going like, I want to back over. I got to start. I texted Rogan. I was like, I think I called him and I was like, I'm not writing. I can't write. And he was like, no, just live.
Yeah, you got to fill it up.
You got to fucking live for a minute. You've been on the road. You've been on this fucking train of like, just live.
I'm having that with my books. Like I did 3 books back to back and and I haven't been cranking out. I'm noodling, but it hasn't been like the same rhythm that it was before. And I realized because you wrote 3 books, it's like you need a little bit of time to kind of like fill it up.
Are big in our house.
They're big in your house, which is a big.
LeeAnn, you might be LeeAnn's favorite author. I'm not even fucking.
It made me so happy to see that.
She laughs out loud at every one of your books. She
awesome.
loves your books. Will you pull up all his books right now? I'm telling you right now, Christmas is coming. I'm telling you right now. If you have a smart person you're married to that's in your family that enjoys reading, that enjoys comedy, these are the fucking books.
Yeah.
You're doing great. That's your special. You're doing great, right?
You're Doing Great as a book.
Oh, but didn't you have a special called You're Doing Great?
The book is You're Doing Great and Other Reasons to Stay Alive.
Okay.
The special was You're Doing Great. Then Your Dad Stole My Rake was the first book.
Yeah.
And then We're All in This Together is the other book.
That's the most recent one.
Yeah.
LeeAnn was just reading that and crying.
Yeah. That made me so happy.
Laughing.
It made me so happy when you just showing me her laughing reading. There is something very cool about people laughing at your words when you're not there.
Oh, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's really such a cool feeling.
By the way, that this is the gift we give you that is a great Christmas gift. That is a great Christmas gift, great Hanukkah gift. Get someone one of Tom's books because I'm telling you, I promise you, LeeAnn fucking is obsessed with these books. She reads them twice. Like, who reads a book twice?
That's awesome.
It's like jerking off right after you jerked off. You don't do it.
All right, fine. I'll write another one.
That's fucking...
Yeah. No, it's a great thing.
They asked me if I wanted to write a book, and I was like, nope. I was like, I already wrote one. No one read it, and I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't read. Why should I be writing books? I barely can read out loud. Like...
Let me make a giant comedy festival. How about that?
Yeah, I was like, let me stick with what I know.
Yeah.
I know how to tour, and that's it. It's like, what am I going to open a restaurant? I'm not fucking... My dad told me, he goes, buddy, you got lucky. You're good at one thing.
Yeah.
Don't think you're good at a bunch of things. You're not good at one thing.
Yeah.
I was like, good call, Dad.
Yeah. But I do think you're right. I think that, and it's funny, like I was listening to that podcast on the way over, and it's like, there's the importance of rest. you work and then you rest. And there used to be a time when all of us, people would work for 5 days and you would have 2 days of rest. And nobody does that. Not just our business. Everybody is constantly being tasked through your emails and your text messages, and nobody can shut down. And it's such an important thing to be as a human being at rest sometimes.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I think good on you.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm getting in my bus as I walk you out, and I'm taking a nap.
All right, perfect.
I cannot fucking wait to take a nap in the pitch dark. And I will be listening to a podcast about, I get so excited to listen to a podcast about, I love history podcasts.
You do?
They were making me sad for a while.
Give me one, I'll write it down.
Oh, dude, Noiser, Noiser, has the best history podcast in the world.
Noiser. Okay.
They have one of the rise of President Perón.
Oh, I love that guy.
He was Eva Perón's husband, right? This one is the assassination of journalist Daphne Galeaz. I listened to this one, the Torsaker witch trials.
Ooh,
fucking crazy. This little boy, 10 years old, follows like a 12-year-old girl. They live in a village in Sweden. This is like the 1600s.
Mm-hmm.
He follows. His parents are like, "Yo, stick with her this day," and she's like, "I don't want to fucking hold on to this 10-year-old."
Yeah.
And she won't. She's not paying attention to him. Her goose falls into the river. She goes to get the goose, and she yells at the boy, and he goes, "Fuck you! I'm going to tell everyone you're a witch." So he goes back. He tells the village she's a witch, and it lasts for 8 years. They killed 700 women, and all because this one boy called a 12-year-old girl a witch, and they fucking put her to trial. She panics and blames someone else, and then they have witch trials for fucking 6-7 years.
Jeez.
It's crazy. We should bring back witch trials.
The moral of the story.
I would love. I know fucking right away there's a bunch of women I'm calling witches.
Witch! That's kind of what's happening. That's kind of the position that everyone's worried about.
No shit. We kind of already have witch trials.
Yeah, we're a little close to that. Ixnay on the itch way.
Oh, this has been a great
thanks,
podcast,
Bert.
brother. I love you to death. Congrats on the new special.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Fuck yeah. And you
should come on mine. You should come on mine just to hang out. We're not promoting. We should do the hangout.
Dude, let's go to dinner. Bring our wives.
We can come do my podcast.
That's fucking perfect. This episode was brought to you by The Machine.